Hello, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Aunt Lisa, and today I'm going to make you my Nana's Scandinavian meatballs. Not the traditional Italian meatballs, but they're Scandinavian, which just means it's a different kind of sauce. It's a brown sauce. That's my Nana and my Papa. This is her meatball recipe that she showed me how to make, and I make it exactly the way she made it. I don't measure anything, you just have to get the feel for it. So let's start. You'll need some Worcestershire sauce. Yes, ketchup, garlic salt, pepper to season, some Hawaiian bread. Now you can use any bread you want, but I like buttermilk or Hawaiian. It gives it a sweet flavor. A little bit of milk to add with the bread. Any low-fat milk's fine. Then what you'll need to put in the meatballs when they're done cooking is I've used two 15-ounce jars of gravy. I have a beef and a mushroom. 2 pounds of ground sirloin. Let's get our meat in the bowl, all right? And because she didn't measure, I'm not gonna measure. So you're just gonna have to get a feel for it. So take your garlic salt. Now you don't wanna add too much, but just get a feel. Just put a little bit. Get your Worcestershire, get that on the meat. Get the meat Worcestershire going there. Then yes, ketchup. I know a lot of fancy cooks don't like ketchup, but it makes it awesome. Get your ketchup. Just like that. And then what I do is you get the Hawaiian bread and you just tear it up into little pieces like this. About a couple, 1 or 2 slices of bread. So I add like a 1/4 cup just to moisten the bread. And then get your hands in there, just work it. Have fun with it. Okay, add a little pepper, about a teaspoon. A little more ketchup. She'd ask me what I'd want her to make for like my birthday or Sunday dinner, and I'd always say meatballs because they're so good. And it's a way that I stay connected to her. Okay, now we're ready to make our meatballs. And what you do is you get your 6-quart dish or container and spray it with cooking spray, just like that. And now we're ready to form the meatballs. So what I do is I get about a golf ball size, about that size. You could do it smaller if you want, but I like big ones, and just roll it, put it to the side. Turn your oven on to 325. Okay, once you're ready to fry your meatballs, a trick I learned, if you don't want the pan to burn, add some vegetable oil and a little bit of olive oil into the oil. And it won't smoke. By frying them, you seal in the goodness and the juiciness, and it on the bottom. All right. Okay, and then what I do is I do just a little bit of Worcestershire, just sprinkle just a little bit for a little seasoning. Okay, and then about a jar of gravy. I use beef and mushroom, but you can use whatever you like. Then I put the rest of the meatballs in, like this, like this. Now if you want to make these Italian style, you could just put it in marinara sauce and put it in. Once I do the other layer, then I sprinkle a little more Worcestershire, like that. And then the other jar of gravy. Just a little bit of water, not a lot, just about, oh, I don't know, just about a quarter cup. You put the top on and we'll bring it on. I have a treat for you to go with our delicious meatballs. I'm gonna make for you my from scratch mashed potatoes. And first what you're gonna do is you're gonna get some Yukon Gold. You can use russet or red rose, but the Yukon Gold have kind of a buttery taste to it, which makes it very decadent. So first things first, you have to fill your pot with water. Now get it on the stove. And what I do, so it doesn't, the water doesn't boil over, I just put a little bit of oil in it. And then to season the potatoes, you want to use a little bit of salt. Not too much, just a little bit, about that much. We're gonna put it to a medium to high heat. So this is about a 5-pound bag. I'm only gonna make 2 pounds But of course, you figure about a 1/4 pound per person. Just cut them into chunks. Just cut them into chunks. I just 1/4 them. I'm just gonna put these in the pot. Ooh, hot. Ooh. And you're just gonna wanna cook them for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And then when you're ready, you poke them with a fork and see if they're tender. Okay, I've drained the potatoes. I put them back in the pot. We're gonna come over here. I'm gonna make some delicious from scratch homemade potatoes. Now what you need, you have lots of options. You can use regular milk. I'm gonna use half and half, but if you don't want the fat, you can use regular milk. I'm gonna also use Boursin, which is a wonderful thick cheese. They have garlic and herb or shallot and chive that just gives the potatoes a very rich texture. I have room temperature butter. For about 2 to 2.5 pounds of potatoes, you want a whole stick. If you don't want that much, you could use half a stick. And then some Parmesan cheese. Oh, and a little pepper to season. So what I do is I get the butter in like that. Then I put the Boursin in like that. Okay. I take a little pepper to season like that, maybe a couple teaspoons. And now if you want regular milk, I would put about a cup, just a half a cup. I've got a little mixer. Get your mixer down in there and start. So let's spoon these up like that. They're rich and velvety. Oh, and a little pepper. So let's enjoy a bite of Nana's meatballs. Mmm. So good. Just like Sunday dinner. And from my family to yours, enjoy.